Hi guys, Casper MMA here, and today we are back with another LFA predictions video on the channel. Today giving my predictions for LFA 216 Silva versus Bertolso. It's been a while since I made an LFA prediction video. I can't remember the last card. It's been a long time. I've just been busy doing other prediction videos for all the different UFC, PFL. There's been so many different things. I haven't had time to make LFA prediction videos, but I'm going to do one today and I'm looking forward to it. But before I give my predictions today, make sure if you guys are new around here and you're enjoying this content, you go down below and hit that subscribe button. It's free and it's much appreciated. So there's a lot of fights on this card, 15 in total, so we're going to have to smash through them all pretty quickly. I won't give too much detail about each fighter, just want to get my picks off, see who I'm picking. It's like in Brazil, there's literally every single fighter is Brazilian, apart from one. There's one Russian on this card, and that's the only foreign fighter. But we kick things off with the first fight of the night, which is Nicole Pedroza versus Gabriela Camilo. Now, it's a women's fight to kick things off. Pedroza is 6-0, Brazilian woman, 22 years of age. She looks good. I mean, out of her 6 fights, she's got 4 finishes, 2 wins by decision, quite a few KOs in there. She looks good. Got some submissions as well in there. So I do think she's a good fighter. It's Pedroza. Her opponent, Camilo. I think this might be this fight was rescheduled. I think, I'm not sure, but Camilo is 1-1, 31 years of age. She did win her first fight by KO, but she lost the last one this year to a submission loss in round number 1. So this would be a pretty easy pick. I think Pedroza is going to get this job done. She gets the finish here. I think that's pretty certain, but I don't know if it's going to be KO or submission, so I'm going to go Pedroza to win by submission. And now we move the card to Macon Douglas versus Joseph Yohan. Now, Douglas is 2-0, 21 years old. His first 2 fights professionally, he's won them both by rear naked choke. So not much to say about that. I mean, he's quite good. 2 wins by submission. Obviously hasn't fought great opponents really, but he's still starting his career, so still got stuff to do. I mean, Yohan on the other hand, 2-2 record, so not the greatest record to be fair. Did win 2 fights in a row to start his career, but then has lost 2 in a row. Both his losses have come by finish, so he's been finished twice with a submission by rear naked choke in there as well. So as we can see here, I'm going to be picking Douglas to get this job done, and I reckon he's going to get the submission. Now, moving up the card again to Neto Lopes versus Thiago Oliveira. Now, Neto Lopes is 4-0, undefeated, and all of his wins have come by finish. I mean, he looks pretty good. His first fight in the LFA won by spinning wheel kick in round number 1, so pretty good win there. I mean, he's not bad wins either, to be fair. I mean, he's got 3 wins by KO, 1 win by submission, which was his first fight. So he looks pretty good. I like the look of Lopes. On the other hand, his opponent, Thiago Oliveira, is 3-1. Currently only 20 years old, to be fair, so he's got a career ahead of him. He's only lost 1 fight by submission in his first ever fight, but then he's gone 3 fights in a row. He's won. 2 of them come by submission, 1 by KO. So both these guys like a finish. All of their wins have come by finishes, both these 2. But I just think Neto Lopes looks pretty dangerous. So does Oliveira. There's definitely going to be a finish in this fight, but I think it's more likely to come from Lopes. I just feel like he's fought better opponents, and then Lopes is going to get the KO. And now, moving up the card to Italo Cruz versus Rodrigo Paiva. Now, Cruz is currently 4-2, professionally, 28 years old. Is on a 4-fight winning streak, so did start off his career losing 2 in a row. But since then, he's won 4 fights. His last 2 wins come by decision, but he got 2 round 1 finishes as well before that. So he's on a bit of a run at the minute, 4 fights in a row. His opponent, Paiva, is currently 3-0, so he's undefeated, but only fought 3 times, and 2 of them were back in 2018. So then he had a 7-year layoff for some reason. I'm not really too sure why, but he basically had 2 wins. All of his wins have come by finish. 2 wins by submission, 2 wins by armbar to be specific, and then 1 corner stoppage. So he looks good, but he did have a 7-year layoff, then fought again, and then won by submission. So I do think there is a threat here for Paiva to win by submission, but I'm going to back Cruz on the winning streak. I mean, both these guys are on a winning streak, but I just think Cruz, unless he gets submitted, should win this fight, and I'm going to back Cruz to win by decision. And now, moving up the card to Alan Ribeiro versus Levi Rodriguez. Now, Alan Ribeiro, 3-1, 27 years old. Did lose his first fight by KO to Reginaldo Jr., which isn't a bad loss because Jr.'s gone on to be like 10-1 or something now. So that was his first fight. He lost by KO, but since then he's had 3 round 1 KOs. I mean, he's pretty good. Won his first fight in LFA by Superman punch in round 1, which is kind of cool, to be fair. His opponent, Levi Rodriguez, is 4-0, 28 years old. On all of his wins have come by KO. His last one was by a shoulder injury, but he's a lot of KOs as well. I mean, he's both heavy guys. I think Levi Rodriguez fought at heavyweight before, and I think this fight's at light heavyweight, so he should be quite big in there. And there's going to be a KO in this fight, I've got to say. Probably coming in round 1 as well, but if I had to back one of them, I'm going to back Rodriguez to get this win by KO. Now, moving up the card to quite a good fight, this one. Daniel Araujo versus Thomas Bryan. Now, Araujo is 7-1 in total. No, that's his boxing record. He's 7-0 in MMA, I'm pretty sure. Topology just brought his boxing record for some reason, but he was a pretty good boxer, to be fair. Got some wins, but then in MMA, he's undefeated. Looks really good. Nearly all of his wins have come by finish. Only one decision, which was his last fight, which was an impressive win actually, because he KO'd quite a lot of people, but like all with like 0-0 records and stuff like that. Then he came to the UFC, no LFA, and got a decision over undefeated Temirov. So proved he is quite good with a 7-0 record. His opponent, Thomas Bryan, is 7-3, 26 years old. Is also a good fighter. Has some decent wins in his career, but he's lost his last 2 fights in a row. Lost to Movza Ibrahimov, who is the Belgian guy who's like really good. I think he's fighting in PFL now, I think. Got head kicked by him, which is not surprised, he's undefeated. And then lost to decision in his last fight. So I do think this should be a good fight. Both these guys are quite good, but I'm going to back the undefeated Araujo to get this job done. And I reckon he gets the decision. And now, moving up the card to Marcus Aurelio versus Andre Rodriguez. Now, Aurelio is a 7-0 Brazilian man, only 21 years old as well, so a very young fighter. And of course, he looks really good. He's got a lot of wins, 2 wins by submission, 3 wins by KO, and then a couple by decision as well. He looks good. His opponent, Andre Rodriguez, is 10-10, 29 years old. He's been finished 6 times. I mean, you can see where this is going. I think this is a big layup, isn't it? Like, they couldn't have given him an easier fight. Fought Aurelio to win. Yeah, Aurelio's winning by KO. Don't need to explain further. Now, moving up the card, we have Eduardo Dutra versus Jefferson Dos Santos. Now, Dutra is 5-0. There's quite a lot of undefeated Brazilian guys in this card. I'm pretty sure they're trying to build them up in the LFA and stuff, get them a good record. But he's only 20 years old as well, so very young. All of his wins nearly come by finish. He's had 1 decision win in LFA, but around that, he's got 3 wins by submission and 1 win by KO. All of his finishes coming in round 1 as well, so he looks pretty good, I've got to say. He looks good. Jefferson Dos Santos on the other hand, 7-7. It's kind of like the last fight we just explained about, like one guy with an undefeated record, one guy with a pretty bad one. I mean, he's not the worst fighter. I mean, he has got quite a few wins. Like, he's got 5 wins by KO, Dos Santos, but he also has 4 losses by KO as well. And he's beat some alright opponents, but I can't see him winning this fight, to be honest. And I reckon Dutra is going to get the KO. Now, we move the card to Wiley Pereira versus Henrique Barboza. Now, Pereira is 11-4, 26 years of age. He's on a 2-fight winning streak at the minute. Won his last fight this year in LFA by decision. He's lost a couple times, been finished as well, but recently, I mean, he's not looked too bad. Only lost 1 fight in his last 6 fights, and got a few finishes in there himself. So he does look good. Quite a lot of submission wins, to be fair, for Pereira. Henrique Barboza, on the other hand, is 9-1, 27 years of age. Only lost 1 fight in his career. That was in 2019. He lost by KO. But around that, he's looked pretty good. Obviously not fought very high level opponents, just like Brazilian regional scenes and stuff. But he's on a 3-fight winning streak at the minute. 2 wins by decision, 1 win by KO in there as well. So I reckon this could be a close fight, you know. I can honestly see either these two winning. Both these guys haven't fought like that high level opponents, and they've both got a chance of winning this. But I'm going to back Barboza. You know, I just think he's got a slightly better record, only lost once, and I'm going to back Barboza to get the decision. And now we move at the card to I think we're on the main card now. Jhonata Silva versus Thiago Taveira. Now, Silva is 9-2, 28 years old. He actually fought on the Contender Series back in 2023. That's when he fought Severino, who he got KO'd in round number 2 to him. But before that, he had a pretty good run, which is why he probably got put on the Contender Series. Was on like a 5-fighter winning streak, won on Cage Warriors, good win and stuff. And he looks pretty good. He's got some decent wins, but then got KO'd. And then after that, last year, he fought some Lany Silva guy who is like 1-10 or something. I think that was just to like get him another win again. But he obviously got the KO. Took him to round number 3 though, so gave him a layup in his last fight, so we don't really count that, to be honest. Thiago Taveira, on the other hand, is 9-3, 27 years old. He's pretty good on a 3-fight winning streak at the minute. All wins by KO. Well, pretty much every single win of his. All 9 of his wins have came by KO. He's lost 3 decisions in his time, and he looks good. I mean, he's getting these fights finished in like round number 1, round number 2 most times. And he's KO'd some good people as well in his career. So I do think that Taveira should win this. I mean, unless Silva's going to take it to a decision, I feel like Taveira is going to come in here and get the KO. And now we move up the card to where Jonathan Elias versus Douglas De Lapa. Now, Elias is both these guys are actually 4-0 records. Elias is 23 years old. His 4 wins have all come by finish. He looks pretty good. He's 3 wins by submission, 1 win by KO, all round number 1 finishes as well. He looks good. Not much to say there. I mean, 4-0 undefeated. Same with his opponent. De Lapa he's 26 years old, and 3 of his wins have came by KO, 1 win by decision. So I can see a finish coming in here, guys. Both of them undefeated prospects, look good. But which one do I think is going to get the win? Probably going to be either De Lapa by KO, Elias by submission, or Elias by KO. I don't know what's going to happen in this fight, to be honest. It's hard to predict, but I'm going to back Elias to get the job done by submission. And now we move up the card to Rafael Pereira versus Felipe Pereira. Now, I've got a suspicion, guys. My pick for this fight is Pereira is going to win. Now, moving on. Rafael Pereira is 13-4 in total, 28 years old. On a pretty good run at the minute. I think that's like 8 fights in a row he's won since his last loss. I mean, he's 13-4 his record. He went on like a 3-fight losing streak back in like 2018. He lost 3 fights in a row. Did some Muay Thai for a bit, and then since then he's just been undefeated. Looks pretty good. I mean, he's won a few fights by decision in the LFA. Got quite a few wins by stoppage as well. 4 wins by submission, 3 wins by KO in his career, but majority of his wins do come by decision. But overall, he looks like a well-rounded fighter. To be fair, Felipe Pereira on the other hand is 13-2, so similar record, only 2 less losses. Currently on a 1-fight win streak, but I mean, he had a draw in one of his fights, and then he won 2. He's got like 3 wins in a row basically by submission if you don't count the draw in between that. His last loss was in UAE Warriors. Lost to some like Kerafov guy, 15-0. Lost by decision to him. But before that, he looks pretty good. I mean, most of his wins come by submission, 10 in total, 1 win by KO in his career. So he's definitely a threat by submission, Felipe Pereira in this fight. But I'm going to back the other Pereira. I'm going to back Rafael to get this job done. I just feel like he's got some momentum. He's on a really good streak. There is a chance he gets submitted. I'll admit that. But I'm going to back Rafael Pereira to get this job done by decision. And now we move up the card to another women's fight. Natalia Alves versus Aleksandra Savicheva. Now, the only non-Brazilian fighter in Savicheva, she's the Russian woman, is 6-1 coming into this fight. 27 years old. I mean, she looks good, and that's not just her appearance. Record does look quite good. She's got 1 loss, and that was to submission, but 6 fights. She's got quite a few KOs in there. one win by submission as well, and then she won her last fight last year by decision. So some alright opponents in there, some not so good as well, but obviously building a record up. Her opponent, Natalia Alves, 7-0, 24 years of age, so quite young in her career. She looks good. The last 2 fights in LFA, both come by decision wins, and then she's got a few wins by submission as well, and then 1 KO win as well. So this should be a close fight. I'm not actually sure who wins. It's a women's fight. It's a toss-up. Either one could win, really, but I'm going to back Alves to win. It's in Brazil as well, so she's probably got the home crowd, the favourite. So I'm backing Alves to get the decision. And now, moving up the card to Marcelo Marques versus Felipe Oliveira. Now, Marques is 11-0, undefeated. Quite an impressive record, to be fair. Looks quite good. I mean, in the LFA, he's 3-0, won 1 decision. In the LFA, he's been weird. He won a technical decision, then he won a round 1 submission, then he won a split decision in his last fight. So he's not he's not winning like these decisions very convincingly, but they have been against tough opponents. Like he got win the technical decision against a 9-1 opponent, then a split decision against an 8-0. So he is proven he's quite good. He's got some good wins against some pretty decent opponents. To be fair, his opponent Oliveira is 11-4, 26 years old. Also has got some good wins in his career in LFA and that. He did lose by KO in round 1 to Pedroza, and then went on to win a split decision this year and a different promotion. But he's back in the LFA now. He does have wins over like Machado, who's quite good decision win there. And overall, he's got not a bad record. Most of his wins come by decision. Has a few KOs and submissions in there as well. But I'm going to have to back the undefeated man. I mean, he's proven himself in LFA, and I feel like Marques is pretty good. So I'm going to back Marques to get the job done by decision. And now we move to the main event. Lany Silva versus Aieza Bertolso. Now, Silva is a 7-1 Brazilian woman, 22 years old. So very young to be a champion in LFA. But she won the belt by a head kick KO over Conceição, which is very impressive, especially for a women's fight. Round 5 head kick, which is very cool to see. She's only got 1 loss, and that was a split decision in the LFA to undefeated someone. I'm not going to try and pronounce their name, but she looks good. Most of the wins come by decision, but she obviously has 2 KOs and then 1 submission win in her career. But also, on the other hand, is a 6-0 undefeated woman, 24 years old. She looks really good. Has a lot of finishes. 3 wins by submission, 1 win by KO, and a couple wins by decision. Won a last fight this year by rear naked choke in round number 3. So she looks good. She's beat some alright opponents as well in LFA. But I honestly, she could win this fight. But I'm going to back the champion to hold a belt here, and I'm going to back Silva to get the decision. So there are my picks for LFA 216. Let me know down in the comments if you agree or disagree with any of my picks. And that's all for today's video. If you guys enjoyed, maybe leave a like, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.